returned. The title's correct. I haven't been watching any anime. I said forget the reactions. I want to focus on my own stuff. I wanna write. You know, I want to make the best manga of all time. So I stopped with that. Locked in. Life be happening too. But who cares about that? I got 300 subscribers or 200 something. Nobody's looking out for what I post. So started watching Snowfall. I wanted to take a break from anime. I wasn't really feeling anime, probably because of reactions. So I started Snowfall and I just finished it 2 or 3 hours ago. I'm feeling empty. I'm in my PJs. I'm in my Snoopy PJs. I can't sleep. I'm trying to take a nap, just decompress. I can't do that. I'm stressed. And I wish I could just talk about the whole show, but we're gonna be here for hours, and I don't feel like writing down anything. I just want to talk to y'all, you know. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna just talk about each character. The character arcs, why they did what they did. Did they really betray Franklin? And Franklin's ending, etc., etc. That's really what I want to do. I just want to talk about, you know, the characters because I'm rewatching the ending scene on YouTube, and people are just saying, "Hey, everybody betrayed Franklin, man. If they just listen to him, then he'd be straight, and Franklin's right, and everybody's wrong." And I don't believe that at all. I don't believe it. I don't even believe the ending is sad, really. So let's just oh, how do I do this? Let's start by talking about Franklin, all right, as a character and his drive and how he ended, and then we'll talk about each character and then we'll see how it goes, all right? So first of all, I absolutely love Franklin. Absolutely. He's a amazing character. And I want to just talk about his motivations, why he does what he does. Is he truly evil? Is he the devil, like Louis said? So, to start off, we're going to talk about his college life, right? So, he's a very smart individual. You could assume he gets good grades. And we saw, I think, at the beginning of season 4, after he got shot by, dang, what's her name? His girl. Shoot, I forgot her name. Dang, it's been so long, I don't remember. But he got shot by her, and then he's in the little ice bath or whatever with his dad picking him up. They're playing Blood on the Leaves. I remember that scene. I really like that scene a lot. And then I think the next couple episodes or next episode showed his college life. And go to college. I think he was just talking to this white girl, right? About whatever. That's not the point. Point is they start finessing him. He's going to classes, doing what you gotta do to try and mess with his financial aid, saying like they're not sending the money, low key calling his mom broke. So Franklin crashes out, and you gotta remember Franklin, he crashes out very easily. Very easily. I'm not gonna lie. And this crash out to be very bad. But every time he crashes out, I feel like he truly says what he has to say. I feel like he's always, I don't want to say playing a character, but like he's always very calculated. Always. And I feel like he doesn't show his true emotions a lot. The only time I really feel like he shows his true emotions is a couple times. Very little with his boys. Very little with his boys. Like Lee and I really don't remember his other man's name. But very few times. Because right when we see Franklin on, season 1, episode 1, like he's starting the business and his whole character is like built from this business. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very business driven. So we don't really get to see his pure self outside of business. But we do get to see that, on these episodes or episode. And so he gets screwed by people, and he starts he starts throwing hands with the guy low key, or he grabs him and they kick him out, and he's back home. Back home, he feel like he failed his mom. He doesn't know what else to do in life. and his mom tells him, or yeah, his mom tells him to go work at, find some money, go work at the corner store. Get a real job. Do what you gotta do. Do it the right way. And he's not really feeling that. He goes to his uncle Jerome's crib, and Jerome's selling the dime, he's selling the weed. And Franklin's not really on that. I don't remember exactly what it is that made him change. I really don't remember, but he starts selling it, and he's on the business mentality. And it's at this point, the thing about Franklin that I also love is his dream is to make a stupid amount of money and to build a business, like he said, business. So that's it. And he will do whatever he has to do to achieve his dreams. Like that's the most simple way you can put it. Like it don't matter dream. How can you not respect anyone that's willing to do whatever it takes to achieve a dream? And he says that to people though. Now, like I said, he's very calculated, so he's not going to say it in a normal conversation. He's going to have a crash out to say what he really feels. And that's, I made you, I'm giving you this money. If you weren't with me, you'd still be working your job or selling that little stuff you were selling. You wouldn't have the lifestyle that you have now. It's because of me. So listen to what I gotta say. That's it. And that's the truth. And then, people talking about the blood money, etc. So we're gonna get to that. But I really like Franklin because he is very goal driven. Whatever it takes to build this empire. That's it. And that's because the system screwed him. He tried to do it the right way. He tried to go to college, get an education. They're playing with him. What else is he gonna do? I mean, yeah, he should have tried to build a legit business. But like, who's gonna give a dude at the projects a chance with no college education? I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, there's 100 ways to make money. He could definitely figure some out, but like, if the opportunity there and he got a plan to do it, and when I say opportunity, I mean cocaine, and he has a plan to do it, shoot, why not? Why not, man? So that's really where it starts with Franklin. I really like that, and I respect that throughout the whole series. That's why I've always rode with Franklin, and that's why I don't feel like the ending is sad at all. He's always had this stress, right? To break the curse of his family, be the first person to get proper education, first person to graduate, etc., etc. And his mom just being overworked, and like, he just wants to take care of his mom, man. That's another thing. I'm telling you, the most two genuine things he's gonna talk about are his goals and his mom for the most part. Now those start twisting together, and he got to pick and choose which one you really care about. Sadly. But now let's just jump to the so let's just talk about what transpired throughout Franklin's whole character arc. Killed his friend because he was gonna start a gang war and ruin the business. I mean, he didn't mean to kill him. Just shot him. It's unfortunate. Um Made family members fight against each other. Not his family. We're talking about Manboy and Scully. Really out of control. Killed his girl's father because he was snooping. I mean, listen. I feel like that part really took Franklin on that latter edge. I'm talking about like the worst side of him. You know what I'm saying? If it was like good side, bad side, that's where he teetered to the bad side. You know what I'm saying? Like that just shows how much you don't care about the people around you. You know what I mean? And I really like it because I know I'm jumping, but at Jerome's funeral, he has a flash of him going to talk to what's her name? Starts with an M. he has a flashback of him talking to her, and he's like, it's like he really said it's just important to protect your loved ones. That should always be the goal. And here he is saying as Uncle's funeral because he sold them out to Kane, but that's because they sold him out, and it's just an endless cycle. But yeah, it's just sad. It's really sad. Now we also have him raising a gun to his auntie, Louis. And that's because they sold him out. He said he was trying to be a bigger person. When it comes to business, Franklin is never trying to be the bigger person. He might say that. It might seem like that, but just wait for the crash out and he's going to tell you exactly how he feels. And that is, I'll kill you 10 times over if it means getting my money. He was not going to quit the cocaine business if Louis and them did not step in. That's what y'all got to understand. It was not being the bigger person, or he would have just, you know what I'm saying? He would have, like, it is being a big person, but it's not. Because he's always trying to manipulate, first of all, he's always trying to manipulate his family members to stay in this game with them. Remember the end of season four, 4 or 5 when Lee killed that girl? It was the end of season 4 when Lee killed that girl and he was like, I'm done with the game. And Frank was like, no, you're not. You're saying this with me. I ain't done all this for you. I ain't kept you in the status high, helped you hide, and you gonna leave? No, you're not. And when Jerome and Louis at the end of season 4 try to leave, he said, no, you're not. So when they do some slimy stuff, I can't be mad at them. Because Franklin keeping them, like he's manipulating them, and he said that. But the thing is, he starts admitting it and saying he's a better person after they then slimed him out. And that's why I don't feel bad about them going to Teddy for that. That's really it. So they go to Teddy, and Franklin's like, I'm out the game. I'm being a bigger person. And then he loses the money. And I think this is a point where people probably lose respect for Franklin because he's just so pressed on the money. But y'all gotta understand, he done killed so many people. He done done so many evil things in these past 2 to 3 years he's been in the game. If he just says, oh, well, this is what it is, I'm gonna just go get a regular job, it feel like you just disrespecting everything he done did. It's like everything he did was for nothing. And he don't work like that. First of all, because like he put so much work into this. Why would he quit now? Why? Why? Listen, he's a man that's gonna finish what he started, straight up. And he believes in himself. I can't be mad at that. I can't. How are you gonna be mad at someone that wants to finish what they start? I know, family and killing people and all that gets mixed into it, but he been telling them what's up. Like I said, he been telling them what's up when there's a crash out, but they know what's up, man. They know what's up. You can't tell them to forget about the money. He done so much evil stuff to get here. You gotta see it through. And sadly, him seeing it through means he believes Teddy. And I believe Teddy. When he kidnapped Teddy, and Teddy's like, I wanted to get back at you and kill you so bad because you left me. And listen, that section, they were really just telling the truth on stuff. So I really feel like that was the truth. I really feel like, first of all, they're really similar. You know what I'm saying? Just like Teddy's dad said, they're really similar, and I see it because they both do whatever they gotta do for their goal or dream. Now Teddy's dream / goal is to be recognized, but that's really because he got daddy issues. So I don't. It's not really that similar because in the end he's like, forget that when he's with his girl and he marries her, and he's like, all right, forget that. I'm gonna just take the mail and then we go live our lives, you know. But that's the end of his character arc. So it's straight. But that's the only part that are like different in that he could give up the dream to live a life, and Franklin can't do that. It's a really good contrast, you know. So Franklin believes Teddy, and I believe him too, but I don't believe him about splitting that money. Why? Because he lied about Alton to Franklin's mom. You know he's just trying to get out. If he lied about that, why wouldn't he lie about the money? And this is where Franklin's character just goes all over the place. So whoop, Teddy's on the line with the bank, tells Sissy that he tells her specifically what he did to Alton. And Sissy's not standing for why. There's two reasons. I think people just focus on the first reason, which is she's mad that he lied. The second reason is it shows you should never trust that white man in the CIA. If he lied about that little thing, why would he not lie about the money? And I know he was on the phone with the bank, but like, why take that chance? So it's either you kill him now and you save your son from getting finessed and getting captured and killed, or you let your son go through that. And I think she made the best decision. You kill Teddy. Franklin gets saved because you killed him, and Teddy's not with the CIA anymore. He doesn't have the blue badge. And just pray to God that Franklin rebounds. And he doesn't, because he doesn't even. It's crazy because Franklin is so smart, but he does, and he's so smart, but he doesn't see anything that's not in his goal of getting that money and building that business. He can't see. I mean, he can see how he's poisoning the black community because I feel like he spoke on it. You know what I mean? But like he never cared about helping them out their fact. And I'm not gonna. A lot of them didn't care. Lee didn't care. Jerome didn't care. Louis didn't care. Sissy didn't care for real. I mean, she cared. She cared a good amount. I mean, more so after Alton left, but she still cared a little bit. Alton cared. I mean, the guilt started his little, spot to come help the crackheads. So a lot of them didn't care. But now in this later season 6, they're all turning around because they had the acid and they all see everything differently. And let me say something about that acid. Franklin had the worst trip because he didn't kill about 2 of them joints. He was really smacking on them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of them, they had some strawberry and then they had something to drink too. And they were with people. Franklin, oh, he messed up. I know how a bad trip is like. He messed up. He locked himself in the place, and then his mom started tripping on him. So it just left to a bad trip. But after that bad trip, he was more honest for the most part. But it was too late. It was too late. So I'm saying, he doesn't really care about the black community, and that led to him not being able to see what his mom was doing. You know? And I understand because like he needs the money. The banks are hitting his line. I mean, the banks and the property hitting his line. And like his girl said, you're not gonna be broke. You're gonna be in the negatives. So he's stressed. He worked so hard for that and he's stressed. And sadly, the combination of seeing what his mom did, you know, losing the money right in front of him, killing Teddy, and his mom going to jail because, he still cares about his mom, even at that time. Because he didn't just run away. He said, Mama, what are you doing? Get up, let's go. Even though he was so mad and surprised about her killing Teddy, he's not going to abandon his mom. And then he goes to the bar, calls up his girl, and he's like, I don't understand why she did that. And she just sat there. He's in the worst state ever. Because the two things he's cared about since episode 1 just got taken from him. Literally. So he sits down and Mans offers him a drink. And we've seen it multiple times say, I don't drink, I don't smoke. And his family is full of alcoholics. So yeah, takes the drink. And then he's just on the deep end. He's on the deep end. And that's it. That's literally it. So now let's go to the finale. Well, let's talk about him. He disrespected his mom. Still doesn't understand why she did that. And his mom sees that he's too far gone. Sadly. But she sees that Lee is doing amazing. Is doing straight. So that's the end of Franklin's relationship with his mom, sadly. And now we go to the final scenes. Now I really love this joint. So Franklin's still at his mom's house because he couldn't sell it. He still got that drink. Lee comes in and they're talking. Franklin talks about his girl and his son and how she called him and saying you should take solace and knowing that I'll raise your son to be a great person and we're not going to be in the States. And he says, I'd rather see my son. Which is fair, I guess. But I really like that she even called. Because he didn't choke her. He put her through a lot. She's really down. Like, I'm not going to lie. Beginning of season 5, I took a little break from Snowfall because I wasn't really messing with her. She just pulled up. And I was like, man, I don't really know about her. But she's amazing. And they're talking. We see Franklin still feels a way about his mom. I mean, he's drunk, so. But I don't want to, like, just because he's drunk doesn't mean he doesn't say what he means. And we'll get to his little speech at the end. But he says he hasn't talked to his mom since the last time. And then they walk back to the house. And the police are busting in that joint because he hasn't paid nothing. And then Lee's like, man, don't even worry, man. I'll pay for the property. I'll pay for the joint. I'll pay for a mortgage. I'll pay for whatever. And you can be all right, man. That's why I came back here. I'm not just standing gone hiding away. I want to make a change, and you my boy. And Franklin's like, no. I don't need that. I don't need your help. I don't need nobody's help. I'm finally free. I'm not free your way. Going to Ghana and come back helping the people. I'm not free their way. Witness protection program, etc., etc. I don't really know. I'm free my way. Meaning, I don't gotta worry about paying no mortgage for this house. I don't gotta worry about taking care of my family. I don't even gotta worry about no bills, man. This is this is freedom. Being homeless is freedom. You were literally free from everything. You can sleep wherever you want, go back wherever you want. You don't have a job you gotta clock into. And it's sad because I'm gonna use that word solid, solence, solence. I mean, let me make sure I'm gonna use it right. Solence. It's like peace, comfort. Yeah. He found solace in being homeless because he's never felt that type of freedom ever since he started. Always gotta worry about someone. Always gotta run the business. High stress for like 4 years, 3, 4 years, man. And it's sad because like you see him, he sobers up when he says that, and like his mom said, he really respects Leon because he changed for the better. You know what I'm saying? He got out of the hood. He got out, and he was close to sticking back in there. He was really close, but Franklin found freedom, and he chased his goal till he literally could not do it anymore. You saw him like when the little time skip, like 1 year, 2 years, you saw him still on the phone with them banks, try to stall on payments. Instead of just, I mean, you saw him sell some stuff, but he was still trying to keep the main property, like sell some stuff when he was talking to this girl, so they could keep one of the property. Like he's still trying to do it. He's still trying to do it until he couldn't do it no more. That's so respectable, and that shows you how much he did not want that regular lifestyle. Work to death like his mom. I mean, his mom would work to death, but you know what I'm trying to say. And that's why I love the ending. That's why I think it can't get any better than that. How can it? And Lee is there. It's not like Franklin is targeting himself saying that his boy's there. Like, y'all, all right, look at Elton and look how he got saved, right? Franklin can still get saved. The fact that he sobered up enough to even say that and be aware like that, he can be saved. And it's just up to if he wants to be saved. Now, do I think he's gonna get saved? If let's just say the show kept going on and we see his life in the future, do I think he's gonna get saved after seeing everything? It's hard to say because he literally found peace in being homeless. I've never seen nothing like that. I don't even know if Alton found peace in being homeless. Like the thing is, Franklin said he found peace in being homeless when he had that sobered up mind. You know what I'm saying? Like that little second he was sober, he said that. He doesn't want to do it Lee's way. That's the problem. He doesn't want to do anybody's way. So just based off that, I think he's gonna live and die on the street, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I think he's just okay with that. Sadly. Now, does he feel guilt? I don't know about that. I don't think so. He lived and died for the dream. What guilt could he feel? He feel like if the people just listened to him and said they were in, when they said they were gonna be in, everything would have worked out. I can't be mad at him thinking that way. And golly, we were at 30 minutes and I just only spoke on Franklin. And if I talk about everybody, it's gonna be like a 2 hour video. So I think I'm gonna stop there and leave it at just Franklin because I feel like I touched on everybody a little bit. I didn't speak on Jerome and Louis and them. But let me just run through. Let me just run through. I think everybody absolutely love Jerome. Love the way he died. I think. I think I respected him the most out of everybody in the group, besides Franklin. Franklin's on another tier, but the thing is, Jerome, he a OG. He not like he a OG because the OG said he wasn't an OG. You know what I'm saying? Like the OG, as in the big buff guy, said him and Jerome aren't the same. So that's why I'm saying Jerome an OG. Jerome's absolutely amazing. I love his character arc. He went from selling some weed, beating his girl up, being on some nonsense, to just being a respectable, I don't want to say family man, but just being a good figure to his family. You know what I'm saying? Like he was very respected in the hood. Like the people respected him. He tried to help Franklin how he could, and he would never want to go to war against Franklin. He did not. He literally said that. You know what I'm saying? And even when they were beefing, and Sissy called, he said, "Listen, if my sister says we having dinner, I'm going." I respect that just so much. It just shows how family, or like I feel like he was everybody. He was the most family oriented. He started a wave of marrying your girl. I didn't even think he cared about marriage, but he just loved Louis so much. Even though he started beating her in the beginning and disrespecting her, he evolved and he changed as a person. Ended up marrying his girl, doing whatever he could for her. Try to give her everything she wanted. And even died for her. And died with his morals intact. Cause he could have just, bro. He was with Kane, and Kane was like, "Hey man, we from the same spot. You know how this goes." And Jerome was just like, "No, bro. I'm tired of that. I'm my own man. I'm gonna just believe why I'm leaving. I'm gonna die by that." And I love that. I love that so much. Jerome was absolutely amazing. Jerome was the best family man you could have. Tried his best not to go against Franklin. Was there for Franklin when his mom was not, because he started selling cocaine. He was in the business. You know what I'm saying? And then he had that speech about raising Franklin, trying to show him what a real man's like. Like I respect that so much. Now he did lose himself a little when they were going to war. You know, Franklin and Jerome were going to war, but he came back when he seen Peaches. Well, that was a little before, but I also like the therapy joint, where he was trying to look for Peaches, and Peaches' little homie was there, and then they're at that circle, and Jerome started tearing up, and then he really realized like he can't do this no more. And he was serious because he was even ready to leave Louis, and you see how much he loves Louis. So that was amazing. Jerome's absolutely amazing. Lee is amazing. The thing about Lee is, and people were pointed out, he only started changing after he killed that little girl. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But like people were calling out on it. But I like how he really like started talking to Sissy about it, and he really educated himself, and he came with a plan. He came with a plan because he reverted a little bit too. Like he wanted to Ghana. I'm from Ghana. I respect it. He doesn't want to go to Ghana. He went to Ghana, came back, and he went to a hood, and like he got sucked back in. He got sucked back in. So I really like his character arc. Came back for Franklin. How can't you respect him? Louis. I feel like a lot of people don't like Louis for some reason. I don't listen. I haven't been in no comment section except the YouTube one. But I just have a feeling people don't like her. But Louis is very similar to Franklin. Now Louis' thing is, I guess she was like a girl on the streets, doing stuff for money, and she got with Jerome. Still didn't feel that self worth, so she went with the girl and the little nightclub thing. Felt disrespected, came back to Jerome. Jerome started treating her amazingly. But she still didn't feel like she was getting respected. Even though she's like second in command. She was moving 90% of Franklin's stuff. That's Franklin's words. But she still wasn't getting respected. And she said she will die for that respect. And hey, it falls in line with her character, so I'm not mad at it. But it cost her Jerome. But how can I be mad at Louis for having that mentality? Or Franklin has that mentality too. You can't be mad at it. Because if Franklin was in that situation, like we know Franklin will sell out his family. So why y'all mad that Louis did it first? Like you know this. Y'all know Franklin, man. So, I mess with Louis. I really do. I really mess with Louis. I think she got a good ending. She's working at a little horse spot. People didn't sell her out. The DA still looking for her. I was surprised by that low key because they ain't even looking for Franklin. I mean, I guess the CIA kept their promise with Franklin. I mean, they don't really care, bro. Franklin, he's literally like, look at him, like he's not a threat. I mean, he is a threat, but he's not. Like they're not worried about it because it's whatever. And it's not even the CIA. The DEA. Does the DEA really care about Franklin? I don't know. I gotta think about it. There's a lot of organizations in here. But yeah, I mess with Louis. I mess with Louis. I mess with her, and I think it was appropriate, straight. She's alive, man. She's alive, and she just gotta just learn to love herself and appreciate what she has, man. Who else we got? Wanda. I really like Wanda. I didn't realize how enjoyable Wanda was because we seen it a little bit and then she was on the Rock. But like after post Rock Wanda was amazing. Post Rock Wanda was nice, man. Just like she's just funny, man. She's just funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Funny and just nice to see on the screen. And who else we got? Teddy. I spoke on Teddy a little bit. I'm really not sad at all when Teddy died. Honestly, I don't know why. Because I enjoyed seeing Teddy, but just I don't know. This whole last season, I just have no feelings for Teddy. Like literally, like literally, I have no feelings for Teddy, man. So I don't really know what to say about him. I really got to sit there and think about it. Oso loved Oso. The thing about Oso was, and why he got the best ending, is because he was not in the drug gang for the drugs or the money. He really just wanted a family and just wanted to wrestle, you know? Cause I forgot her name, bro. His old joint, Lucia. Lucia said, "Hey, I will promise you your own wrestling spot, and you're part of the family." That's literally all he wanted. So he was like, "Okay." And he tried to protect that girl all he could, and then she left him, and he found a new joint. And sadly, he was still dealing with Teddy, so he just kept doing what he had to do. But he would never press on money. He was a family man. So of course he got the best ending. You know? Sissy. Ooh. I really enjoy Sissy. Let me talk about Sissy. What we have? 40 minutes? Alright. So Sissy tried her best to steer Franklin in the right path. But Franklin is just so strong willed that it's literally not possible. You have to let Franklin hit rock bottom for him to build himself back up. That's another thing I forgot to say. Franklin will not try to change unless he hits rock bottom. So now he's hit rock bottom and lost the house. There is a chance for him to change. But like I said, I don't think he wants to. He's found solace in being homeless. But back to Sissy. So overwork it. Try and show Franklin how to do it the right way. Not get into drugs and stuff. I mean, she knows he was selling some weed, but she let it go. But once he gets into the cocaine stuff, she disowns him low key. And she thinks that will steer him back in the right direction. And I'm not gonna lie, that was a good play by Sissy because Franklin loves his mom. He's breaking in the crib, leaving money. She's not trying to take it. But once he gets whooped in jail, she's like, okay, it's either I'm all the way in or all the way out. And I love my sons too much, so I'm all the way in. And it's really as simple as that. Because he's killed a lot of people. He's done a lot of stuff. And she's rocked with him. She has. She literally has until like the second last episode. And that's because that man killed Alton. She was gone. She was in wherever she was. Where was it? Wherever her and Alton were. She was straight with that. But Teddy took Alton. So she came back. And you think she's going to let this man finesse Franklin? No, she'll just kill him and live with the consequence. Kill him, be known as a savior in the hood, and hopefully, wherever she taught Franklin, he will keep that with them and change for the better. Sadly, he was a lost cause. And that is the saddest thing ever. That is the saddest thing ever. I'm so glad that she did not see how bad Franklin got. I mean, she saw it because he was trying to sell the house. And then he started calling her out her name. But, like, I'm glad she did not see how bad it got, bro. But yeah, man, I think that's my little talk on Snowfall. Thankfully, I really just rambling, man. I have no script. I was talking from the heart. And I'm gonna try to upload more. But there's no guarantee, man. I got dreams that just take up a lot of my life, I gotta work. I ain't making no money on YouTube. And I don't like reacting to stuff, bro. I just like talking. I just like watching. So we'll see what happens, man. But I really love Snowfall. I really don't want to rate stuff right after I finish it, but like, there's never a time where I was watching Snowfall and I was like, I don't like what I saw. So I'm giving it 10 out of 10 until otherwise. I absolutely love Franklin. That's really a character I'm trying to write. Somebody that's just so focused on his dreams that nothing else matters to him. So I love Franklin so much, man. But I'm gonna stop rambling. We're at 44 minutes, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.